Alright, Michael Myers is back for more blood and death. Kinda. Halloween Ends. So Halloween Ends is the third and final movie in this new wave of Halloween movies, and once again stars Jamie Lee Curtis as Lori Strode. I'll be honest with you guys, talking about this movie it's going to be kind of hard. It's usually at about this point I would give you guys a plot synopsis, but for Halloween Ends, I can't. The reason being, if I did, it would spoil the entirety of the movie. The best I can give you is Rowan Campbell is doing stuff and Michael Myers is involved. That's the best synopsis you're gonna get. And I won't lie, I was actually excited for Halloween Ends. I mean, how could I not be? It's Halloween. I mean, Michael Myers killing the shit out of people. That's the whole reason people go to watch these movies in the first place. That's what I wanted out of this anyway. But instead, I got something entirely different. I'll tell you guys right now, the marketing for this movie is very misleading. The trailer would lead you to believe that this movie is the definitive final showdown between Michael and Lori. And it is. For the last 10 minutes. And everything leading up to those last 10 minutes feels like a completely different film with Michael Myers thrown in on occasion. AKA all the things that they did not show you in the trailer. It's all just so very jarring to me because this movie is essentially one part Halloween film and one part doomed romance film. Now, it does have the familiar elements that do make a Halloween movie. It's got the goriest shit kills. Tense and the atmosphere is anxiety inducing. It's filled to the brim with those classic slasher tropes and cliches that we all pretty much know and love. Plus Lori Strode, which at this point Jamie Lee Curtis pretty much knows this role like the back of her hand. One constant I've loved throughout this entire new trilogy is her, and once again, she smashes it out of the park. Andi Matichak is back as Lori's granddaughter Allison, and she's okay. It kind of ties into something that I really didn't like about this film, and it's simply, why are you here? Oh yeah, it's because we need a love interest for this doomed romance bullshit involving Rowan Campbell. Might as well talk about Rowan Campbell and the character of Corey because, well, you know what? Minor spoiler warning for Halloween Ends. If you have not seen the movie yet, click away from this video or just skip to this timestamp right here. Rowan Campbell is actually one of the biggest parts of this movie, but he's also kind of one of the movie's biggest problems. I mean, he did all right, but this is a Halloween movie. It's supposed to be about Michael Myers, not this whining, crying serial killer in training. So basically, something happens to Corey in this movie that makes him an outcast in Haddonfield. And taking pity on him, Allison befriends him, and before long, they start making googly eyes at each other. Lori looks at this kid and kinda immediately goes, yeah, something is really off about that boy. And they explain in the film that when she looks at him, she sees the spitting image of Michael Myers. And yeah, Corey admittedly is a little messed up. So the question you have throughout the film is he as messed up as everyone says he is? And is it possible that he could go bad and become something like Michael? It cracks me up because all the while, Allison is just wet for this guy. I mean, soaking. I don't know why, and a good chunk of this movie's runtime is dedicated to this romance that these two have going on. So much, in fact, that Michael Myers is kind of an afterthought in his own film. That's what I meant when I said that this movie felt like it was two movies meshed into one, because it is. When you're a movie called Halloween, Michael Myers, this guy, needs to be at the forward front. But no, instead he's reduced to a background character that essentially only has like 20 minutes of screen time. Combined. I'm not going to completely dog on Corey's character because admittedly I do see what they were trying to go for, and the message surrounding Corey is actually pretty interesting. And it's simply, as human beings, we all struggle with our own demons and inner darkness. Whether we choose to completely embrace it or bury it deep down is completely up to us. But for those that do embrace their darkness, they are truly the ones to be feared. I did think that was a pretty cool underlying message. But a cool message is not enough to save a very underwhelming, messy story. I did like the fight at the end between Michael and Lori. That was pretty entertaining, even though she's got plot armor like a son of a bitch. Michael Myers can mow through anyone with ease, but somehow gets his ass kicked by a 70-year-old 100-pound retiree. Come on, man. In the end, guys, Halloween Ends is not the ending that this franchise deserved. I see the effort and I see the attempt to try and make something cool and unique, but they need to try that in another film, not one called Halloween. Remember, kids, Michael Myers is not a mantle that can be passed on to somebody else. There is only one Michael Myers, and there will always be one Michael Myers. Instead of going out on a really high note, this one really just kind of whimpered and quietly passed. And it's funny because Halloween Ends is a pretty appropriate title because that's what this franchise needs to do. It needs to end. Halloween Ends probably would have been a better time if I was high.
Roll it up, yeah, I mean, roll it up.
Smoke weed every day.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thank you guys so much for joining me on my review for Halloween Ends. Believe it or not, I was actually going to get a review up for Lyle Crocodile before getting this review up, but I just figured I needed to get this review up as quickly as possible because the entire internet is blowing up about this shit right now. I hope I didn't spoil too much for you guys. You know, when I try to do a review, I try to keep them as non-spoilerish as possible, but man, when it comes to this movie, it was just very hard to dance around any spoilers because the marketing is just so damn misleading. But yeah, this is a franchise that just needs to die, along with Friday the 13th. And A Nightmare on Elm Street, because all of them have just been done to death at this point. But, you know, it is what it is. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, I'm the Unbiased Movie Nerd. I'm saying peace, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace out, everybody.